Hello. Today I will be talking about movie review number 686. And this movie is All Quiet on the Western Front. All Quiet on the Western Front is a 2022 film that is directed by Edward Berger, which is spelled Berger. This is a Netflix Films and Amusement Park Films movie that I saw on March 10th, 2023 at Regal Cinemas 16 in Deerfield Towne Center in Mason, Ohio. During is one where they were showing all of the movies that were nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards in 2023. Um, so out of all the films, this was the only one I have not seen yet, and I got a chance to go see this on March 10th. And I'm glad I did because this was a good movie. So, this takes place in 1914, where war breaks out in Germany. And Paul Baumer, which is spelled Baumer, and his classmates quickly enlist in the army to serve their fatherland. But no sooner are they drafted than the first images from the battlefield show them the harsh reality of war. So I would say this is kind of like an anti-war film because we see how we see a young German soldier who decides to enlist in the army during the war, but it displays his terrifying experiences and distress on the Western Front during World War One. And it definitely shows the harsh reality of what war is like. Trying to defend your country from enemies, but at the same time having to protect not only yourself but also your people around them. And you never know when enemies will strike. So Paul Balmer and his friends Albert and Muriel are teenagers who voluntarily enlist in the German army, riding a wave of patriotic fervor that quickly dissipates once they face the brutal realities of life on the Western Front. Paul's preconceptions about the enemy and the rights and wrongs of the conflict soon crumble. However, amid the countdown to armistice, Paul must carry on fighting until the end, with no purpose other than to satisfy the top brass desire to end the war on the German offensive. So, Auditorium on the Western Front, I believe, was also there were several other adaptations of the book from 1930 and 1979, but this is based on the book in 1929 by Eric Maria Remarquet, which is spelled Reamrque. So this definitely displays how going into war, you never know what to expect at first, but Paul definitely saw what war was really like. When Paul was a teenager and thinking about enlisting in the army, he had no idea what he was going to be up against. But when he got to the Western Front, when he got in the battlefield, he soon discovered that war was a harsh reality. And it definitely wasn't easy for Paul to try to overcome this. But he realized that he needs to help not only himself but also his fellow mates to try to survive from the enemy. Because the enemy has something that they don't. I thought it was a pretty good film. Like I said, it's on Netflix now, and I'm glad I got to see this movie in a theater, in a Regal movie theater, even though this was a Netflix film. Interesting. So that's my movie review of All Quiet on the Western Front, the 2022 version. Appreciate you for this movie review. Alright, goodbye.